Now, I hear this a lot from clients after I do performances and guests. I'm glad you weren't one of those cheesy wedding DJs. And I thought to myself, gee, am I really playing anything much different than all the other DJs out there who they consider cheesy? Because we all know what cheesy music is. It's old-time rock and roll and shout and Macarena and all that stuff. Now, when I do my gig logs, notice you'll hear a lot of the same songs over and over again. And a lot of people think that's because that's all I play are these songs over and over again. Not true. I'm doing between 50 and 70 songs a gig. I'm showing you the songs that I'm getting the best response from. And week after week, turns out a lot of the times they're the same. And that's why you see people jumping up in the air and screaming and having fun, because they're responding to these cheesy songs. They were the right songs to play for the crowd. So maybe the cheesy DJ isn't the music the DJ is playing. Maybe the cheesy DJ is the way the DJ is presenting themselves to the audience. And one way I feel like a DJ can be cheesy, perhaps, is being over the top. I have a problem with the phrase, ladies and gentlemen, at this time. I've talked about this several times in videos. I said it tongue-in-cheek in my last video. And when I do this, sometimes people actually get defensive. I'm going to read you a comment that I just got on my last video. I don't know, 6 hours ago. Try this. Please welcome Mr. and Mrs. Johnson for an entrance at a wedding, and see the delayed clapping you get. Two of the most prolific and amazing announcers in history, Bruce and Michael Buffer, use phrases like, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. These are guys that get paid specifically to do announcements. Yeah, I think I will follow their lead. Now, I had to look these guys up because I didn't know who they were. Turns out they're fight announcers. One guy does boxing, one guy announces some other kind of fighting. I'm not a sports guy, so I'm not really quite sure what other kind of fighting this guy announces for. But they're addressing stadiums, and they're also addressing people watching at home, presumably on pay-per-view or HBO or wherever the event's being broadcast. So they're larger than life. They're in tuxedos. I've seen these guys before. Maybe if you go into a wedding reception and try to emulate a sporting announcer, maybe that's cheesy, because it's definitely over the top. It's my belief that a wedding reception should be a lot more intimate than a sporting event. And when a bride and groom hire me to come and do their wedding reception, I'm honored because they're kind of bringing me in with all of their friends and family, the closest people to them. I'm part of that for the evening. And because I'm a part of that, I feel that I should treat them like they're treating each other. So I don't dress over the top, and I don't make over the top, larger than life announcements. I try to talk to them like they would talk to each other. I don't want to be way up here and my audience feels like they're way down here. I want everybody to kind of be right here where we're all on a level playing field. Back to the ladies and gentlemen at this time for a minute. Sometimes this becomes repetitive speech. It definitely does for flight attendants. When I listen to the safety lecture, I don't know how long the thing is, 3-4 minutes long. They'll say ladies and gentlemen at this time more than a dozen times. It's insane. And when some mobile DJs say ladies and gentlemen at this time in their sporting announcer voice, it becomes a prefix to absolutely anything they have to say on the microphone to get people's attention. Recently, I've been in audiences where DJs have done this, and people start laughing at the DJ. He sounds, guess what? Cheesy. The guy doesn't speak from the heart. The guy wants to be larger than life. The guy just looks and sounds ridiculous at this point to the audience. It becomes a joke. Maybe that's what cheesy is. I don't want to be that. Do you? What do you think of what I'm talking about here? Do you think I'm out of line? Let me know in the comments section. Practice and enjoy.